What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rod Studios and Gatica Tattoo Studios. You know me, Rodrigo. This is Miguel. He's over here eating, but today we have a special guest. Our special guest today should I say Dr. Jessica for better?
Dr. Jessica Redcay Show.
Okay, perfect.
Just call me Jessica.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I have been in education for 20 years. I was a teacher, an elementary school teacher, and then I was a professor. I was the head of the teacher ed department at Methodist University.
Wow.
And during my time as a teacher, I got the first female humanoid robot from Robokind, and then I had a Girls Who Code Club. So I helped them learn how to code the robot to teach students, and then the robot was a teaching assistant in my classroom. And then I wrote a curriculum that is called under Ludus Learning. Ludus is Latin, it means play. So students play to learn and use innovative technology.
Got you. Okay. Got you. Can you tell us more about this robot right here?
Yeah, so as I transitioned and worked with this robot as a teacher, and now I actually am the vice president at Robokind for product owners. And the curriculum that we run through the robot and our virtual avatars and all of our play-based techniques and everything, I authored for the phonics, the numeracy, and the speech articulation curriculum. We also have a social skills curriculum. So what we do is we engage students by having our robots and virtual avatars act as a teaching assistant. Now, these are not to replace teachers. They're here to assist and engage students. So if I was in Pennsylvania and it was snowing and all the students were like, oh, look, it's snowing. And I would be teaching. They wouldn't hear me. But then I made the robot say the same thing. And they're all like, did you hear that? And every hand is up and they're engaged, and we've definitely helped a lot of students in special education classrooms too who are non-speaking. They can speak for the first time because our robots give unlimited patience of repetition and the visual cues and the movement and the facial expressions, especially with social skills. There's a lot of cues that kids who are neurodivergent might miss in different social contexts, but we explicitly teach that to students so they can increase their social skills and understandings, or regulate their emotions when they get dysregulated, and we go through and provide them with different tools to help support them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So for example, the robots, right? Can anybody get them, or is that just through like a certain thing?
Yeah, so originally at Robokind, we only had our offering to schools.
Okay.
And now we have the whole school for the district level. Now we have it so teachers can purchase it. So if teachers want to bring innovation into their classroom using the virtual avatar and the interactive technology games and the hands-on learning, they can get it. And homeschool can also use it as well. So with our expanding curriculum in the foundational space, and also with all of this available now directly to teachers to try it, we actually have a free trial that any teacher who wants to try it can. So anyone who wants to give it a try, they can.
In a business, buy one?
So you could, but it specializes in helping teach students for
Yes,
learning.
I can teach them
things like that. Yeah. So if it had right now, it only works with the curriculum that we have for it, which is mostly in kindergarten, preschool or kindergarten, or in special education settings, any student who needs those foundational skills to use it. Yeah. Well, you should give this a try, because.
Right.
We've seen the growth and how it's helped students. And so for me, I've dedicated my life to taking the research and applying it into practice. And so everything is right there to ensure that this is what shows that the kids learn best by doing these things. And we light up new parts of the brain in the strategies that we learn. So that we're using. So we have interactive technology, like innovation, like with robots and, the virtual avatars. But we also use visual techniques. So I know, like with you and being into tattoos, you probably you learn with visual learning things. You might enjoy some play materials that we have, like crayon rubbings, where you rub over top of the letter to make it reveal, or these invisible ink pens that we use as a part of our curriculum. And then if you have all these...
He got excited with that.
Yeah.
He got excited.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to think of what to write on. Yes.
You can write that in that ink, right? And then shine that light on it and make it appear. So when students are practicing a specific skill, they get to choose which activity they're going to do from a choice menu. And then they get to play to learn. So, and then we have auditory learners. So we have little sound buttons that they can press and hear the sounds. They can use the whisper phone. Mm-hmm. And then, Rod, you probably kinesthetic, whole body learning with your fitness stuff, right? Yeah. So you would probably choose things where you get to bounce the ball to the different flashcards or the beanbag toss. And you know what? You're probably also a tactile learner because you do the fine motor stuff with the artistic things that you do.
Yeah, I think the only one that I'm not is the hearing one.
Oh, the auditory one?
Yes, I'll be tuned out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did he say? Huh? Rewind that? Yeah. No, but anything else, I could be playing around, doing something with my hands. That's fine. I can see something, but then I have to actually do it.
Right.
Yes. And growing up, I was always making good grades on my tests, but I would never do work. But I did realize that I was always drawing. In the back of my head, I was paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a weird dynamic on how I learned. So.
Yeah. Well, that's at Robokind, we try to create new neural pathways to learning. So everyone is able to learn, and we try to make equitable access to learning by providing all of these different modalities. Mm-hmm. So if your strength you don't really prefer the auditory, you can activate all of these other areas in your brain that can be strengthened. And so there's all these cool brain scans that research is showing us where learning is happening, and there's only certain spots activated. But when you use these interactive IVAC strategies in your classroom, the whole brain lights up, and so students are able to play and interact and grasp concepts that they might have otherwise missed if they didn't get to use these different techniques. And our robots repeat things a lot and show the visual cues with it, motions and movement with our virtual avatars along the way. So yeah.
Are you able to tell us how does this come to life? What is the starting point from making one of this?
So Richard Margolin is the creator of this at Robokind. And so one of the things for me, as a teacher, I think that in any profession that you're in, networking is so important, right? And so I became a part of organizations in Pennsylvania, PAECT, which is called KTI, or Keystones Tech Innovators, and they just inspired us to go to conferences and connect with other teachers. And I learned from all of these other people and other teachers. And I was at this one conference and I saw this robot for the first time, and I've seen a lot of innovative technology, but nothing like this, right? Yeah. And so I was so interested in how it worked and how we could, use this. And then when I was able to get the first female humanoid robot, my girls who code club were coding the robot to do things that I didn't think it could do. It would walk a number line to solve, these problems, and it would teach, it would speak and interpret language too. We've done things like that. One girl wrote lessons where she would talk in German and it would interpret and help all of these things. And so when I saw the possibilities and what Richard Margolin had created to help kids, he's always about the impact, about how it's helping have outcomes for students who we need to reach if we want to make sure every student can learn and meet success. And so the repetition and the practice and things like that.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. Yeah, I want to get one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Hey, let me show you a demo.
Hi, I'm Jemmy, Robokind's virtual robot avatar teaching assistant. I'm here to bring learning to life by helping teach foundational skills in an engaging and fun way. Right now, I'm part of the Supplemental Phonics for Teachers program, where I support lessons focused on consonants and vowel sounds. As an updated robot avatar, I'm designed to assist teachers in creating an inclusive and effective learning environment. I can't wait to work together to inspire students and help them achieve their reading goals. Together, let's make learning unforgettable.
I guess one more thing is just that, like, we are really careful about making sure that we take all of the things that, like, research and apply them into practice to help students learn, right?
Yeah.
And enjoy the process of learning.
yeah.
And so our curriculum is case endorsed too, which
Okay.
means that we use evidence-based practices,
Yeah.
things that are proven to help students, especially in special education classroom settings, to help them learn. And so, yeah, so anybody who like is a teacher who wants to try this out or homeschool and is interested, like, you know, we can share that link.
Yeah, of course.
They
I was
can
just about to
give
ask you
it a
that. Yeah.
try. Yeah, and
Is there a website they can go to?
yep, we have a link and they can go on, like, they can just sign up and have access to all of these free teacher resources and
Okay.
like our interactive technology, all of this stuff in our virtual avatars, and try it out.
Well, Dr. Jessica, it was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving us your time. I know you've been busy traveling back and forth,
Yep.
but like I said, thank you so much. Miguel got busy, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for being here.